So, Niko Omilana.
A young BBC like myself.
Yes, I did have to practice saying his name. Ultimately, Niko has been making some serious waves in the UK YouTube scene, British politics, and as a result, his content is really top notch. There's a lot to say about Niko, boasting over 6 million subs and being part of the famous beta squad. So let's take a look at what Niko manages to get right and how he's hammered home the perfect formula that makes his videos some of the easiest to watch on YouTube. Also, I just want to say a big thanks to Turvonator for suggesting this idea. Smash like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment what you'd like to see next. Cheers. Niko's personality is infectious. He comes across witty, smart, friendly, and just generally a decent character, even if he is basically northern. Niko interacts with the public in the same way a good comedian does. He's a real natural in social situations and seems to be able to ease people into conversation no matter their background. A good example of this is in the Most Racist Man video, where he manages to befriend multiple people from completely different backgrounds. For instance, Richard, a somewhat nerdy deep American Dungeons and Dragons player, Niko throughout the video becomes fairly good friends with Richard and even takes his number and asks Richard for lifts around town, which Richard is more than happy to help out. The way Niko can blend into any situation while still standing out is brilliant. His use of voiceover through these scenes is quite honestly pretty genius. Niko is part of the beta squad, so when he's around the other members it's easy to see great chemistry among the group. In these situations it's easy to see elements of a normal friendship, and I think the content can come across pretty relatable. You can see yourself and your own friends in Niko and the beta squad. What is the most important thing to a young British friend group? Banter. We love it. There's nothing better than just talking bollocks with your friends and ripping into each other left and right. Like other British groups on YouTube, the beta squad get this right. I mean, an early example of this is the series The In-Betweeners.
Roses are red, violets are blue, your dong is massive, I want to blow you, love, from your secret slut.
But I think Niko's personality is perfect for the type of videos he has evolved to do now. He's a clever guy and does have that demeanour about him. I mean, he does seem like the kind of guy that would run for mayor for a laugh, right? Wait, what?
Niko Omilana is the youngest standing to be mayor.
Niko's content certainly has evolved through the years. He used to make FIFA videos, vlogs and parody songs. He has evolved into an almost comedic documentary style channel, which personally I think is a step in the right direction. Niko's content is made to such a high standard it makes each video unbelievably easy to watch. His more recent style of video range between 15 minutes to 35 minutes, and that just seems to fly by. His ability to create a comedic moment out of any situation is great to watch. You can tell that him and his team put an exceptional amount of effort to pull some of the stuff he does off. Like he actually got taken away by the police for sneaking a painting in the same room as the Mona Lisa. What a power move. In Niko's content, he isn't afraid to put himself in danger for a good video, and it's commitment like that which really sets him apart from other YouTubers. He wasn't always like this though. He pretty much started the same way every other British YouTuber does. FIFA gameplays. If we go way back, we can find his previously lesser known channel called Niko Plays, where Niko, well, plays. It's all videos of a young Niko playing FIFA with a cheeky video slipped in of Niko IRL messing around with a football with Jake 100. But back onto the main channel, his early videos, like the Morgan Freeman song and his various vlogs, were his bread and butter, but these still weren't his first ever videos. His earliest videos are no longer available unfortunately, but I believe these were just more vlogs but of a worse quality, before he found his stride obviously. Young Niko was still very entertaining. His vlogs and parodies were always of a high standard for the time, and he had a great sense of humour, which is essential for the English vlogging scene at the time. So going from what he used to be to what he is now is an incredible transformation. The reason Niko stands out from the crowd is due to his disregard for himself in his own videos. He's willing to allow any situation to play out to ensure the best possible outcome for the video. There are so many examples of this, but one that springs to mind, even just by the title alone, is I Pranked America's Most Racist Man. And if you couldn't tell, Niko is black, so I'm sure you can see why this is going to be a problem, right? Take a look at the end of the interview.
Okay, all right. And just as a side question, have you ever made love with the hood on? Yeah? Okay, well, fair enough. Let's just get this pic and we'll go. At this moment, Thomas Robb had realised he had been swindled and he was burning. So never made love with the hood? You didn't say no, Thomas? Oh, great.
You degraded yourself now. The interview's over. I'm sorry. You get in the car and you may leave.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate you, Thomas. Thanks for the interview. Just got BBC'd. We tricked this man into thinking we were the BBC, and now this man will never take an interview ever again. He will have trust issues for the rest of his life.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. They're in the middle of a deep country Confederate USA and he pulls that off. It's crazy. This guy's the literal leader of the KKK. And of course you can't mention Niko without the London Mayor campaign, where he managed to gain a whopping 5% of all votes in the London Mayor poll in 2021. That placed him 5th in the entire election. Truly insane. It does go to show you the amount of power social media has today. Not gonna lie, if I lived inside of London, he would have got my vote anyway. He even bagged an interview with the BBC just by standing out their offices for hours and tweeting until we got an answer. The thing is, especially in his more recent uploads, Niko has almost transformed into a filmmaker, creating half-sized documentaries, travelling to various countries to pull them off. The amount of effort, time and money to produce some of these videos would reach into the thousands on some occasions. And also, the editing is great. The ability to storytell is bang on, and the characters, including Niko, is what makes each video different. Similar to Ryan Drahan, Niko manages to mix his personality and good editing style to force these moments of comedy, even where there is none. The long silences, the voiceovers and the pacing has really come a long way throughout his journey of making videos. The continuation of the route Niko is taking shows a slowdown of output of content, but it's worth it. We're lucky to see a video every 3 months, but it's easy to see why, due to the quality of the videos. Truthfully, what I like about Niko is you really just don't know what is coming next, and unpredictability on YouTube is a real trump card right now. Niko is an absolute legend and is elite in the world of British YouTube. He and his content has matured over the 9-year span of his YouTube career and he's only getting better with time. Being part of the beta squad and running the infamous NDL certainly keeps him busy. That's without his duties as the BBC of YouTube, obviously. Every year on YouTube there are new trends and metas, but what's great about Niko is that he doesn't play into what's trendy at the time. He sets the trends and he does what he wants to do, and there's a lot to be said about that on this platform. So well done, the future Mayor of London. Cheers, Niko. And of course, if you enjoy listening to my words, remember to smash like and subscribe and slap a comment down below of what you'd like to see next. I actually read them all. Bye bye.